Hi everybody, it's Miss Lisa at St. Paris Public Library. Today is preschool story time, so grab your shaky egg or your shaky bottle, or just shake your hands. We're going to get moving, so stand up. Here we go. Today I feel like shaking my egg. Hey, jump up and down. Today I feel like jumping. Okay, shh. As quiet as a mouse up on your tiptoes. Today wiggle all over. Today I feel like wiggling. Hey, today I feel like wiggling. Hey, today I feel like wiggling. Hey, what do you say? You ready? Shake your egg up high. Shake it in the middle by your belly button. Shake it up high. Shake it down low, way down by your feet. Shake it in the middle by your belly button. Good job, good job. Today's story time is all about shadows. Sometimes shadows can be scary if it's dark at night and you see a scary shadow. But sometimes shadows are just things that are behind other things. Not all things cast a shadow. You have to have light in front of you so that you block out the light and then it makes a shadow behind you. So we're going to read some stories and do some stuff about what that have to do with shadows today. But first, we're going to start by counting to 10. And we're going to count in Spanish today. So if you don't know the word that I'm saying, I'm going to leave a little space after I say it so you can repeat after me. That means I say it, then you say it. Or if you know it, you can just say it with me. Here we go. You ready? We're going to go to 10 and we're going to use our fingers to count. So let's shake our fingers out. Here we go. You ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. That's 5. Give me a 5. Good job. Here we go. Keep your 5 up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me a double wave. Good job. Let's do it one more time, okay? We're going to start with 1, and that's uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Give me a 5er. Good job. 6, that's 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me a double wave. Good job. Give yourself a double pat. Super smart. That's what you are. Super smart. Okay, so we are going to read a story. My new big kid bed. A birthday surprise from my mom and my dad. A new big kid dinosaur bed. Look at it. It's got a dinosaur on the headboard. A T-Rex for me. He's as cool as can be. I'm excited to lay down my head. He's excited to go to bed now because he's got that dinosaur bed. Is it my bedtime yet? I can't wait to sleep. Mom laughs. Sorry, not for a while. It's 3:45. Just 3 hours more until bedtime, she says with a smile. After my dinner, Dad gives me a bath. Look at all those bubbles in the bathtub. Would you like to take a bubble bath like that? Mom reads to me. I start to yawn. That means he's getting tired. When it's time for good night, they turn off my light. And after their kisses, they're gone. And there he is, sleeping in his bed. The full moon is shining. A shadow appears. Yikes! A dinosaur there on my wall. It's scary and creepy, so now I'm not sleepy. I run from my room down the hall. Look at that shadow on the wall. I poke my head in to where my dog sleeps. I wish Mom had left on a light. I tug on old Rover, but he won't turn over. No comfort from him, not tonight. He's trying to get the dog to get up to go sleep in his bed so he won't be scared. I run to the room where my grandma sleeps. She's been there all week for a visit. She lifts up her head from the comfortable bed and whispers, "What's wrong, dear? What is it?" "There's a big dinosaur on my wall and I'm scared." Grandma mumbles and just turns away. She's tired and groggy. Her words come out foggy. I had hoped she'd invite me to stay. He wanted to sleep with his grandma rather than going back to bed. I make a mad dash to my mom and dad's room. I can see that they're both sound asleep. I get into their bed, avoiding Dad's head, squeeze between them, not making a peep. It's crowded in here, no room for a kid, so I try hard to make myself small. I had hoped we could cuddle, but now I just huddle, my knees to my chest in a ball. Mom's hogging the blankets and Dad has the pillows. I try to grab onto the sheet. Dad lets out a snore, which is hard to ignore. Then I feel something cold. It's Mom's feet. I crawl down between them, through blankets and sheets, get out at the foot of their bed, tiptoe back to my room with a feeling of doom. I shiver from my toes to my head. I peek into my bedroom and look all around. Hey, that dinosaur's not on the wall. The moon's disappeared and the shadow I feared, it's gone. Now I'm not scared at all. My new big kid bed is waiting for me. I am ready to start counting sheep. In my very own bed, I lay down my head. Yes, this is the best place to sleep. So what happened to the shadow that he had on his wall? That shadow was on the wall because the moon was shining in the window. And when the moon wasn't shining anymore because it had moved in the sky, the shadow disappeared. My new big kid bed. That was a good story. Wasn't that dinosaur bed shadow scary? Would you have been afraid if you would have been in the dark and you saw that dinosaur shadow on your wall? Because I know I would have been. That would have scared me. I probably would have slept all night in my mom and dad's bed. But he was brave and he went back to his room and the moon had gone under a cloud or had moved enough in the sky that it wasn't shining straight in the window anymore. So the shadow wasn't there anymore. So he wasn't as afraid. So listen, we're going to play a little game called Match the Shadow.
What is that shadow? So I'm going to show you a picture of a shadow, and you're going to have to try to guess and see if you can figure out what it is. Here we go. Here's our first shadow. Look closely. You can't see all of the shadow because sometimes you can't see all of the shadow when you're seeing it outside or inside. Can you guess what this shadow is? That's right. It's a frog. If you guessed a frog, you are right. All right, let's see what our next shadow is. Now this shadow is a little bit different. He's kind of fat in the middle. I'm going to let it run for a few minutes and let you see what it looks like. It's not going to go all the way to the bottom. Can you guess what this shadow is? That's right, it's a chicken. Now let's see what the next shadow is. Oh, I think this shadow might be an easy one for you. Look hard, because it's missing a few things on it. Can you guess what this shadow is? That's right, it's an elephant. You couldn't see his tusk or his eyes or anything or his big flappy ears, so I hope you got that one right. Let's see the next shadow. This one's could be easy for some, but hard for others. If you look at the bottom, you're going to give it it has a clue at the bottom with the way that it is around the bottom part of the shadow. Can you guess what this shadow is? That's right. It's a dump truck. I thought maybe you could tell by the way that the wheels were at the bottom, and it looks round at the bottom. Let's see what our next shadow is. Now you can look at the picture. You might be able to guess what it is, but can you guess what kind it is? Because it's a special kind. Let's see if you guessed what kind it was. That's right, it was a flower, but it was a sunflower. So this was the last one of our shadows in our game today. So I hope you have fun, and I hope you go outside and see if you can make some shadows of your own. See you later.
That was a fun game. Man, you guys are smart. I didn't get a couple of them, but I could tell that you guys were picking up on it pretty quickly. So you can play that game at home if you can find a window that will make shadows on the floor. You can play that with your friends or with someone else at your house. So listen, we're going to read another story, The Dark, Dark Night. And it's kind of scary, but not really when you find out what's making the shadow. The Dark, Dark Night. Frog was very excited. All winter he had been asleep under a stone, and now that it was spring, he was on his way back to his pond. On the way, he bumped into Badger and Hedgehog. Then he played leapfrog with Rabbit and Mouse. Suddenly, he saw that it was getting dark, so he borrowed a lantern from Mouse, and off he went through the woods to the pond. Whoo, whoo, the wind blew through the trees. Squeak, squeak, went the lantern as it swung from side to side, and the dark was all around. When Frog reached his home, he put the lantern down behind him and was just about to jump into the water when he saw a huge black pond monster with enormous claws coming out of the reeds. There he is, see him? He's got big claws. Is that a monster? Frog grabbed the lantern and hopped as fast as he could back through the woods. "There's a huge monster in the pond," he cried. "Are you sure?" laughed Hedgehog. Frog nodded, trembling. "All right," said Hedgehog calmly. "We'll have a look together, and I'll come too," said Mouse. Off they went through the woods. Woo-hoo! The wind blew in the trees. Squeak, squeak, went the lanterns. "Wait for me," cried Mouse, and the dark was all around. Soon Hedgehog and Frog reached the pond. "Now," said Hedgehog, "where's this monster?" "There it is," cried Frog. It was bigger than before, with enormous claws and terrible spikes down its back. Look at it. There's his claws, and there's his spikes on his back. "Run, run," cried Hedgehog. "Pond monster, pond monster." There they go. "What's all this?" chuckled Rabbit. "A monster? There's no such thing as monsters. Come and see for yourself," said Hedgehog, shivering. "All right," said Rabbit, "I will." I'll never swim in my pond again," sniffed Frog as he set off through the woods. Ooh, blew the wind in the trees. Squeak, squeak, went the lanterns. "Wait for me," cried Mouse, and the dark was all around. It wasn't long before they were back at the pond. Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Frog tiptoed to the water. There it was again, the big pond monster. It was bigger than ever. It was bigger than ever. It had enormous claws, terrible spikes down its back, and two big horns, and wildly waving arms. Whew, that's a big monster. "Run for your lives," yelled Rabbit, racing back through the woods with Hedgehog and Frog close behind. "What's going on?" asked Badger. So they told him all about it. "Come along," Badger said. "I'd like to see this monster of yours." And off they went once more. "Ooh," howled the wind. "Squeak, squeak," went the lanterns. "Wait for me," cried Mouse, and the dark was all around. As they reached the pond, a huge gust of wind came through the trees and blew out all the lanterns. "I can't see a monster," said Badger. "At last." "That's because it's too dark," whispered Frog, and there they all stood, waiting in the moonlight for something to happen. Look at them, they're all standing there, they're all scared. Just then Mouse caught up with the others at last. "Yoo-hoo!" she shouted, waving from the bank. Badger, Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Frog looked at Mouse, and then they looked at the small black shape waving from the reeds. There it is right there. "Look at that," said Hedgehog. "That's not a pond monster," said Rabbit. "That's Mouse's shadow," said Frog. "I can't believe it," said Badger. "You were running from your shadows every time." They were afraid of their own shadows. The four friends laughed and laughed and laughed. "Hooray!" cried Frog. "There's no monster after all." And with a huge, happy splash, he leaped into his lovely pond at last. They were scared of their own shadow. The dark, dark night. All right, I'm ready to start moving. I think we need some music. So get up on your feet and we're going to play a song and you need to listen so you can follow directions, okay?
Okay, follow my lead. Here we go. Shake, shake, everybody shake. Now jump, 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 jump off the ground. Now shake, shake, everybody shake. Now jump, 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 jump off the ground and turn around. Keep going, shake, shake, everybody shake. Now jump, 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 jump off the ground. Now shake, shake, everybody shake. Now jump, jump, jump off the ground and turn around. Shake, shake, jump, 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 shake, shake, jump, 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 shake, 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 jump, 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 shake, 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 jump, 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 turn around. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground now. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground now. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground now. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground and turn around.
Woo! Whew. All right, let's read a story. The Night World. I've read this book a couple times before. I love the illustrations. What is the illustrations in the book? Who does that? That's the person that does the pictures in the book. They're the illustrator. Good night, Sylvie. I think Sylvie's the cat. The Night World. Meow. He's awake. Meow. It's too late to go out, Sylvie. Or is it too early? It's dark, so he thinks it's nighttime. His eyes are white in the dark, but Sylvie's eyes are green. Meow. Sylvie wants to go out. So there he is. He's getting up and he's going to take Sylvie outside. Everyone is sleeping, even the goldfish. Everyone except for Sylvie and me. Because Sylvie is the cat and she needs to go outside. Is this our house in the dark? It seems a different place. Meow, says Sylvie. It's coming. What's coming? It's almost here, she says. Hurry. There he opened the door. The grass is wet with dew. The air is warm and sweet. The dark is soft and comfortable. This is the night world. There are shadows everywhere. Are these shadows roses? Are these lilies and sunflowers? Where are their colors? Why are they black and white and gray? Why aren't they the colors. That shadow is a deer. Where's it at? Where's that deer? Oh, there he is. Is this one a rabbit? Here's a rabbit. It's coming, murmured all the animals. It's almost here. What do you think is coming in the dark? Oh, the pages are stuck together. Then a robin says, it's on its way. Not another farther off. Now another farther off. Then a robin says, it's on its way. Now another farther off. Here it comes. It's almost here, says a chickadee. It's almost here. Now birds near and far, each in its own language, it's on its way. What do you think they're talking about? What's coming? Look, says Sylvie. Look, look. Sing all the birds. Suddenly, all is still. Through the leaves of the trees, there is a glow. Here and there, shadows start to slip away. Where's everyone going, I ask. This is our bedtime, says the porcupine. Sweet dreams, say I. The glow flares above the trees. Clouds turn pink and orange. What's coming? The grass turns green. The roses turn pink and red. The lilies and sunflowers turn yellow. It's here, said Sylvie. What's here? And the great glowing golden disk of the sun burst from the tops of the trees. Good morning, sun, says Sylvie. Good morning, sing all the birds. It's going to be a beautiful day, I sing too. Good morning, sun. So he came out. He didn't come out late at night. He came out early in the morning before the sun came up. And good morning to you, Sylvie. Meow, says Sylvie. From the house I hear yawns. Everyone is waking up. Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a beautiful day. The night world. I bet he's going to be tired later on in the day because he got up so early. All right, we have a finger play right before we close for today, and it's called Twinkling Star. Part of it you're going to know, but the first part it might be new for you. So it goes like this. At night I see the twinkling stars. So wiggle your fingers. And the great big shining moon. So lace your fingers together or open your fingers and slide them together and put them over your head. A great big shining moon. Sway side to side. My mama tucks me into bed. Make your hands into a fist and put them under your chin. And sings this good night tune. Okay? And the rest of it you're going to know. But we're going to go through that first, okay? So here we go. Put your twinkling stars up. At night I see the twinkling stars. The great big shining moon. My mama tucks me into bed and sings this goodnight tune. You ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. See how I did that? Fingers to pointers together and my thumbs together. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good job. I hope you had fun at story time today. Listen, remember, keep a little distance, some distance, some distance. Let's keep a little distance between you and me. So my germs stay my germs and your germs stay your germs. Let's keep a little distance between you and me. Put one hand way up high. Wave goodbye. It's time to go. Wave up high and wave down low. Wave real fast, and wave real slow. Wave goodbye, it's time to go. Wave up high, wave down low. Wave goodbye, I'll miss you so. Love you. Be good listeners. And remember, wash your hands.